Hey, what's up, channel? This is Kenzo, and I just want to do a video today to talk about a problem that I think all of us are facing, not just me. I'm going to use me as the example, but I know this is probably the biggest issue in America right now, and it's something that doesn't seem to get talked about a lot. I mean, we talk about inflation, but we don't talk about just the desperation of average Americans just living paycheck to paycheck. So right now I'm going to show you, let's get right into it, because on the screen I have my pay stub from work. I want to be completely transparent with you guys. So I pulled up my pay stub. I want to just say I work for the government. I work for a government agency. Now, I'm not allowed to say what I do because I would get fired. But while you're listening to this, keep in mind that I work for the government. I have a federal job, and I live like this, right? So let's start off by showing you with a federal job, I only make $38,000 a year. $38,000 a year. I have 4 children and a wife, so a family of 6 surviving off $38,000 a year. You can see this pay stub here is 80 hours. I worked, this is 2 weeks, and you can't see this, so I will show you. Right here, I brought home, after tax, $1,350, right? Now, why am I bringing that up? Because I want to show you guys something, and I'm not alone here. Because here's an article from the Value Penguin website that discusses the average household budget. This is what the average household, doesn't specify how many children or anything like that, but the average family in America spends. And you can see right here in the first line, they spend an average of $61,000 a year, which breaks down to $5,111 per month. Now, I just showed you guys I make $2,700 a month with a government job, family of 6. So I am drastically under what the average American spends per month. Now, I'm sure I'm not alone here. I don't think the average salary in America is $61,000 a year. And I don't think most of you are spending $5,000 a month on your living and your bills. Lord knows most of us don't even buy anything we want. You know, most of our paychecks go to necessities. We are all buying the right to live, which is concerning, just to pay for housing, food, gasoline, utility bills, an outfit, a clothing here and there. You know, a pair of shoes is like $150 now. That's more than I make in a day of work. That's the problem that's happening in America, not just Philadelphia and not just Kensington, right? So this is a national issue. And I don't think I'm alone here in saying that I think this is going to get worse. I think the geopolitical atmosphere is going to get more severe, and Americans aren't going to be able to survive. You know, not to get on a tangent here and not to get too political, but we're sending enormous amounts of money. We send $54 billion to Ukraine. And you see my videos. This is how an average American is living. And we're donating all this money to other countries. You know, I think something's messed up politically. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm going to digress. Back to the cost of living. So here we go. $5,000 a month an average American spends. I'm making half that. I'm making $2,700 a month and supporting 4 kids and a wife. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is because I was reading comments. I look at my videos, and most of my comments say, you got to move, get out of Philadelphia, get out of Kensington, move. And I'm not picking on anyone. I appreciate the sincerity of it. I know you guys mean well. But reading that, I have to put that to rest because it's easier said than done for most people, including myself. Here is right off of Redfin. I'm going to pull up Kensington. right? So I'll pull up Kensington. It isolates the neighborhood, and you will see some of these absolute dumps. This is Kensington, remember. This isn't the suburbs. $400,000 for a home, 115. This dump is $60,000. Oh, this gem is 500,000. This lot, you can live in this, lot for 25,000 bucks. 50 grand, 50 grand. Oh, 340. Looks like it needs a new porch roof. I mean, who wants to live here? There's no front. This is 100 grand. 250. Is this affordable? We're going to get to that in a second. I'm just going to scroll to the bottom because the important information is right here. The average price of Kensington, the focus of this channel, is $115,000. That is the average price of a home in this dump neighborhood. Now, you might sit here and think $115,000 is not a lot. Most people in America are paying $400,000 for a house. Everyone knows prices have went up. But not a lot of people talk about the mortgage, getting approved for a mortgage in relation to an average person's income and expenses, and just the absolute horror in struggling trying to make your bills, right? And why people can't just move, and why is this country turning into a renter's nation, right? Because it is. Is it cheaper to rent? Is it cheaper to buy? A lot of people can't afford the down payments on their houses, so they rent. And I'm going to bring us to our next point, which is the affordability calculator from Zillow. This is how much a person with my income, $38,000 a year, I put monthly debts as $250. I don't have a car payment. I have a beat up used car. A lot of you guys have car payments and full coverage car insurance, and it's a lot more than that, a lot more than $250. I put a down payment of $10,000. I don't think a lot of people have $10,000 in savings. I put $10,000 for a very specific reason, because I decided that to leave Kensington, to move to the suburbs, an average 2 or 3 bedroom would be around $300,000, probably $300,000 to $350,000. But the down payment, if you use an FHA loan, which is 3.5%, you could put down $10,500 as your down payment for a $300,000 home. Let's apply that to this scenario. So you put down $10,000 on your house. You have my salary of $38,000. I put the current interest rates, 30-year loan. Philadelphia property taxes 1.4%, home insurance $1,000 a month conservatively, and your PMI, your private mortgage insurance, which you have to pay if you put less than 20% down. Zillow says I can afford a house for $107,000 on my salary. Now look, that would be $800 a month in a mortgage payment. I make $2,700 a month. That is why I can't leave Kensington, because for $107,000, let's see if we can find something. Let's see if we can find a house for $107,000. All right, 107, 100, whatever. We'll pick something close. 109. Oh, let's see what this gem looks like. I never seen this. I just did this right as I'm talking to you. Beautiful. That's what I can afford. Now, thank God I already own my own house, because this is what I can afford on a $38,000 government salary. This is the American dream. Oh, look at this street. No yard. And just a stone throws away from this abandoned lot and Kensington Ave. I have filmed tons of videos right into success. This is it. This is what I can afford. So, like I said, I'm not getting on people for saying move. I would love to move. I desperately want to move. But like most Americans, it doesn't seem possible. It seems the cost of living has gone so far up that just buying food costs more than your mortgage or your rent. You know, I did a a quick here. This is a mortgage calculator. This is if I was to buy a house for $300,000, I would need, let's say 3.5 for my, like I said, my FHA loan. My payment, and that's not right, 6.5% of the current interest rate. My payment will be $2,400 a month. I only make $2,700 a month. And everyone knows $300,000 these days doesn't get you anything. I'm sure whatever city you're in, you can relate. $300,000 is probably a 2-bedroom or a crappy 3-bedroom with no bells and whistles. But yeah, so this is the problem facing America, and the biggest, in my opinion, the biggest issue facing America, because this is only going to get worse. The value of the dollar is sinking, and there is no end in sight. Expect a lot of crazy years ahead of people just struggling and struggling. You know, you see these videos of these homeless people down in Kensington. Think that's going to get better? People losing their houses. People, you know, becoming homeless every day. So there it is, guys. I want to thank you for watching. And if you could do me a favor and like, subscribe, comment. It costs you nothing, but it helps me out tremendously. All I'm trying to do is create awareness for this channel, and it helps out the algorithm. And I appreciate, as always, I appreciate you watching. Have a great day.